time for Friday Night Flights. Now, here's Sports Director Bruce Rader.
Almost halfway through the regular season, high school football teams around Hampton Roads begin to jockey for a chance to make the playoffs. Can Phoebus and Woodside stay in the Peninsula District race with Heritage? Can Salem and Cox keep their records clean with hopes of knocking off Ocean Lakes? And would Oscar Smith and Grassfield stay unbeaten? Let's find out. Friday Night Flights starts now. I'm Bruce Rader, and while Ocean Lake seems to be the team to beat in the Beach District this season, both Salem and Cox hope to give them a run. And that is where we begin, as Cox welcomes Salem in a battle of unbeatens at the Beach. Cox head coach Bill Stakowski working the referees in this very important game. Cox wearing black. Running back Mike DeMasi having a great year, takes it over the middle for the score as Cox leads Salem 21-13. But Salem would march right down the field on the next possession and score thanks to this 12-yard run by DeJean Bland. Salem would miss the two-point conversion and trail by 2. 4 minutes left in the game. Cox, all they want to do is run out the clock, but look what happens. The Falcons fumble the football. Salem falls on it, a huge play, because Salem's kicker Tyler McKee would boot this 27-yard field goal. But wait, there's a penalty on the play. But it isn't against Salem. It's offsides on the Falcons. The field goal would stand, and now Salem leads by a point. So Cox with one last possession, going for the win. But the Salem defense would come up with the interception. What a win for Coach Robert Jackson, as Salem remains unbeaten with tonight's one-point win over Cox. Moving on to Hampton at Darling Stadium, the 46th meeting between Hampton and Phoebus, and it would be a long night for the Hampton Crabbers and a career night for this guy, Marshawn Williams. He's going to take this one 70 yards for what would be his 4th touchdown of the game as Phoebus jumps out to a 35-0 lead. Still, in the 3rd period, the young Crabbers will punt the ball, and Robbie Robertson is going to catch it, and watch what happens. He catches fire all the way down the field for the score, 42-0 Phoebus. That would be the final, as the Phantoms were all over the Crabbers tonight. In Chesapeake, undefeated Oscar Smith, the top-ranked team in the state, hosting Lakeland, and Lakeland linebacker Jaquan Yulee tells the Tigers to bring it on. Well, guess what? They did. 9th grade quarterback Sean Mitchell will hit Monte Fenner, who's going to push the spin button and take it in for the touchdown. Oh my, that's so good. Let's take another look. That was the first of 6 touchdown passes for the freshman quarterback from Oscar Smith tonight, making a total of 13 for Mitchell this season. The Oscar Smith defense, led by Andrew Brown, shut down Lakeland like they shut down every team they face, forcing turnover after turnover. And hey, you want a quick slant? This was so quick our cameraman couldn't keep up. As Mitchell zings it to Kamathi Holsley for the score, Oscar Smith runs away with a 50-point win over Lakeland and stays perfect on the season. And joining us tonight on Friday Night Flights, talk about a long day, it's meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
That's right. Thanks for having me, Bruce. Great to be on the show. And one of our stops tonight, of course, was that game at Oscar Smith.
That's always a good one.
Yeah, tonight was a special night with the Tigers showing support for breast cancer awareness. The cheerleaders were wearing pink. The football players' helmets sported pink ribbons. At halftime, fans raised pink cards during a moment of silence to the cause.
And we're also just raising awareness about cancer and breast cancer, since October is coming up, and that's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
We had a great time at Oscar Smith, and he was throwing some footballs out there. It was a good time.
Ocean Lakes, which has dominated its opponents this year, hosting Bayside. Ocean Lakes in all yellow, and they can do it all. Check out the reverse look at the great speed from Jason Lewis, one of the top players in the class of 2015, as he takes it 65 yards for the score. But even though Bayside had lost 2 games in a row, they still have Quinn Blanding. He's going to UVA, but first tonight, he's going to go into the end zone. But Ocean Lakes is just too tough this year. Watch the flea flicker. Their quarterback, Churchy Harold, is going to fling it downfield to Mike Austin, and oh, what a combination. And as we watch Brandon Simmons take it into the end zone, Ocean Lakes walks away with their 4th win of the year, remaining unbeaten with a 33-point win over Bayside tonight.
All right, more scores from the Beach. Tallwood loses its homecoming game against Kempsville, 25-20, while First Colonial got past Princess Anne, 46-13.
And it was Green Run, 47-30 over Kellum tonight.
Now to Norfolk for a battle of the longtime rivals, Lake Taylor and Maury.
Always a good one. Lake Taylor, the reigning Division V state champions, looking like a contender again. Maury fresh off a big road win over Norfolk, while Lake Taylor gets Jalen Holmes back after he served a 2-game suspension for an unsportsmanlike conduct call, and the Titans lost to Oscar Smith. Lake Taylor going for the big play. Shaheem Johnson from third string to first string with the bomb, and it's right into the hands of Nyreed Quinterly, and that's a Titan touchdown as Lake Taylor takes a 13-0 lead over the Commodores. And how about Jalen Holmes? He's going to be playing his college football at Ohio State. Here he is on offense taking the pass from Johnson, and look at Holmes. He does the rest all the way into the end zone as Lake Taylor with the shutout win over Maury tonight, 56-0. In Portsmouth, unbeaten Churchland taking on the Northview Pilots. It was a low-scoring first half, and the Churchland Truckers have to turn to their defense third quarter. Juan White jumps up into the play, picks off the pass, stopping the driving Pilots. So now it's time for Churchland quarterback Malik Sexton to take over. He keeps the ball around the end and ends up with a nice run before finally getting dragged down on the Pilots' 23-yard line. You know, he already has scored 7 touchdowns this year. Jamal Edwards gets into the end zone as Churchland puts up 26 points, while the Truckers' defense holds Northview to only 7. Churchland off to its best start in 40 years and remains unbeaten tonight, 26-7.
Eastern District scoreboard, Norcom beats Wilson by 3 touchdowns. Granby rallies to defeat Booker T. Washington.
Western Branch trying to rebound from last week's loss against Oscar Smith, facing Deep Creek at home, hitting up the Bruin Bear for some good luck. Deep Creek unlucky from the start. Punter Wiley Dellinger can't handle the snap, goes over his head. He kicks the ball out of his own end zone for the safety. More troubles for the Hornets. A bad handoff leads to this defensive touchdown by the Bruins' Jeremiah Young as he scoops it up for the 11-yard score and a 9-0 lead. The Bruins offense getting its running game going as Eugene Somerville takes this handoff 37 yards up the middle and into the end zone as the Bruins would go on to win 44-7. Now let's go back to Chesapeake. Unbeaten Grassfield taking on Hickory. Senior Vincent Lowe has been making plays all season, and watch, he's going to be here for the diving interception. Oh, yeah. Brett Smith leaves it up to his receiver to make a play, and the sophomore Grant Holloway, well, he doesn't disappoint. Watch as he uses his size. He tips it in the air, then snags it for the score, and then the rest was done by the defense, holding Hickory to just 6 points on the night, while the offense scores 42. Do the math. Grassfield remains unbeaten with the win.
Southeastern District scores, here they are. Dansman River over Indian River, and it was the Kings Fork with a double overtime win over Great Bridge.
Still to come. Is it too early for the Battle of the Bay Rivers District? Well, we may have found out tonight who rules the Bay.
Plus, it's back to Chesapeake where Gator Pride is alive and will at Greenbrier Christian.
Don't go away. Bruce and Jeremy will be right back with more Friday Night Flights.
The Marching Tigers of Oscar Smith High School, under the direction of Jack Elgin, the Friday Night Flights Band of the Week this week.
See their entire performance on wavy.com. In fact, you can see all the bands of the week. There's also slideshows, top 10 plays. It's all on wavy.com. In the Bay Rivers District, the undefeated Lafayette Rams trying to stake their claim as the team to beat, taking on 2-1 Tabb.
You know, the Rams are ranked 6th in the state in 3A this week. Bailey Field, a great place, Jeremy, to watch high school football. Tabb High School, the home team, 2-1 on offense, and their star running back, number 33, Brent Henson, cuts it back and takes it off right into your living room with a heck of a run, making it look easy all the way down inside the 5-yard line. And the shootout was on. Lafayette's great wide receiver, Brandon Villanueva Purnell, with the outstanding catch. And you don't have to worry about it when you have a running back like number 4, Jaheel Green, who goes into the end zone as the Tabb cheerleaders trying to motivate the crowd. Tabb with the ball, but it's a fumble, and look who got it back for Lafayette. Yep, number 4 on defense. Jaheel Green making it happen on both sides of the ball tonight. And back on offense, you know that Breeden McGinty is always going to look for Brandon Villanueva Purnell. He's ready and waiting. It was a 4-point game last year, a little different this year as Lafayette proved that they are indeed the team to beat in the Bay Rivers District with this, look, 63-14 win over Tabb tonight. More Bay Rivers action. Jamestown making the trip to Smithfield to take on the Packers, and they love to run the ball. Jamestown's running back, big man, Stas Skapansky. That's the best football name of the year with a tough run right up the middle, dragging defenders with him down the field. Meanwhile, Eagle quarterback Tyler Doan with some fancy footwork. Look at him go, taking it right into your living room again for 6 points. Jamestown, who looked like they might go up 3-0 in the district, but wait, Smithfield says, hey, not in our house. The home crowd getting the team pumped up, and it worked. Smithfield has their own tough fullback, Donald King. And look at the 9th grader taking it up the middle, cutting to his left. Smithfield gets its first district win of the year by beating Jamestown tonight. While elsewhere in the Bay Rivers District, Bruton doubles up Warhill, while New Kent shuts out Grafton. Now, where are you taking us next, Jeremy?
All right, that would be Greenbrier Christian. That's where the Gators were taking on Portsmouth Christian.
We're going to pick up the action in the fourth quarter. Gators in blue trailing by 7 until quarterback Colby Lee will hit Mike Cole for the touchdown. And this will tie the game up at 20 apiece. The Patriots, though, would respond when running back John Pope rams it in for the go-ahead score. Patriots up 28-20. The Gators would have one last shot as Colby Lee is going to throw up a prayer towards the end zone, but it falls incomplete. Portsmouth Christian wins. However, the loss does not dampen the Gators' school spirit.
During Spirit Week, we have several days where the students can dress up as different things, such as Crazy Hair Day, Western Day, American Pride Day, and Gator Day.
All the days lead up to the pep rally and fall festival.
Bind them for a first down.
All right, and everything is great there. At Todd Stadium in Hampton, how about the Denby Patriots looking good this year, taking on Warwick, picking up second quarter, Denby in white. Quarterback Terrence Dingle hitting Christopher Peace in the end zone, and he's going to stay in bounds for the score. Patriots up 14-zip. Still in the second, Dingle will hit a wide open Darius Banks. Look at this. Right on a 41-yard pass. He's going to take it easily in for the score. The Patriots much too much for the Raiders tonight. How about those marching Tigers from Oscar Smith under the direction of Jack Elgin? We're going to see them a little later this season as well. Now, let's move on to the Friday Night Flight scoreboard. Woodside squeaks past Gloucester, and Franklin in a shootout over Parkview.
Surrey County shuts out Greensville, Sussex Central over Southampton.
Bishop Sullivan picks up 66 points in its win over Norfolk Christian. Norfolk Academy defeats HRA.
Atlantic Shores wins big over Hampton Christian. Nansemond Suffolk Academy beats St. Anne's Belfield.
So that's it for this week for Friday Night Flights as we move quickly closer to the halfway point of the season. Jeremy Wheeler, you were up early doing the weather on the morning show today, but did you have fun tonight?
Yeah, and on top of that, we had some good weather for a lot of the games. We had a clearing spot over Hampton Roads, so it turned out great.
It's like you're giving us a weathercast right
Almost,
here.
yeah, it's in my blood. It just happens. But yeah, the games were fun too.
All right, now don't forget, if you want to relive tonight's action, go to wavy.com, click on sports, and go to our Friday Night Flights webpage. You know what you can find there, Jeremy?
That's right, just about everything. You can find the top 10 plays, slideshows of all the bands of the week, and archived editions of the show.
You can watch all the shows from like 40 years back when I started.
Oh, really?
No, not really, but for the last year. Have a great weekend, everybody. Join us next week for the longest running high school football show in the state, Friday Night Flights. Good night, Jeremy.
All right, good night, Bruce.